I was just sitting at the kitchen table.
Okay.
And I was like doing some reminiscing.
Yeah.
And so I've been like YouTubing a lot of music videos,
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know, Avril Lavigne video came up on the side of the YouTube, like suggested whatever.
Yeah.
So I started watching it, and then I was watching her like wail away on the guitar, and I was like, because I know 4 chords, Katie, I can quickly pick up what 4 chords they're playing. And I saw her fingers, and I was like, oh, I think I could play that song. And so, I went and grabbed the guitar, and I sat down, and I was like, I'm going to try to learn it.
And did you find that it wasn't so complicated? It's the Brett Davern Show! Oh, it's so funny. I should be the host of this show.
It's not my idea of a punchline, but...
This is the Katie LeClaire Show.
Oh, really?
Brought to you by Adobe Radio.
Jeez.
In partnership with Nice Guy Digital. And recorded live.
Yep.
In beautiful... Don't turn me down.
Just go ahead.
Recorded live in beautiful North Hollywood, California. On today's episode, we've got Johnathan Fernandez from the Fox Lethal Weapon series. We are gonna jam out to some of his favorite songs, and we're playing Guess Who's Higher?
With a caller.
With a very special caller.
That's right.
Now let's get to the guy who's graduated high school 3 times.
That's me!
Your new best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Brett Davern!
Listen up, everybody. This is our show. Thank you for joining us live on Adobe Radio, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. You could call the show anytime. 1-888-99-IDOBI. Shout at us or with us. It's all good. Once again, the phone number is 1-888-994-3624. The email for the show is bdsfans@idobe.com. Or you can text the show. Just open up iMessage, and where you normally put in someone's phone number, enter BDSFANS at symbol IDOBI.com. So it's like you're putting in an email, but you're not. You're in texting. And then just compose that text and fire it off.
Fire away.
That's right. I got an iPad sitting in front of me with messaging open, and they just pop up right in front of my little face, and I can read them instantly. Someone checked in from the 4-4 this morning, Katie. They said, good morning. I'm excited to finally listen live today.
All right.
That's right. The 4-4 is England. So they're on a bit of a time difference. But I'm glad that whoever that is can listen live, and maybe they can call in and comment, or text in and comment on anything that we're talking about here on the air. That'll be fun. Okay. Updates. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Good. Thank you. Before we get going on everything, good morning, French Toast Boy.
Good morning.
And Katie LeClaire.
It's National Look for an Evergreen Day.
Oh, that's nice.
I thought you'd like
a
that.
real tree, Katie. See? Look for an evergreen, a real
It doesn't mean cut it down and then put decorations on it and then watch it die slowly in your house. That's not what it means. It means look for one. Like find it and see it and acknowledge its beauty and appreciate the oxygen that it is providing to the world.
Excuse me, but we as human beings, as the higher evolved species on the planet, have determined that we're going to take a few things on this earth,
yeah, a couple,
and use
just
them
just
for
a
our
few
own
things.
enjoyment.
We're not destroying the earth
Look,
at all.
The trees are one of them, but here's the thing. They come from farms. It's all sustainable. They replant them, and as a matter of fact, those tree farms probably plant more trees than anyone out there. So they're replenishable.
We'll continue this conversation on National Arbor Day.
Look, I'm just saying, like, people own dogs and stuff out there. You use that for your enjoyment. It's going to die someday, too. Sorry, everybody.
Don't you talk about Parker like that.
Sorry, little Parker. But come on. Come on. Put the salt rocks away, Katie, and get with the holiday spirit. There's no fake Christmas tree holiday.
Maybe there is. We don't know.
There better not be. All right.
I'm going to make one.
Are you sure it means evergreen trees, or do you think it just means things that are evergreen?
It says look for un-evergreen. So I believe that would be...
Yeah, but you could look for something that's evergreen, you know?
All right. Well.
My parents' wedding song was Evergreen by Barbra Streisand. Mm-hmm. It's from the movie A Star is Born, starring Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson, soon to be remade with Lady Gaga in it.
Gaga?
Yeah. Stephanie. I call her Stephanie. We're on a first name basis.
Oh. That's nice.
A lot of people call her Gaga, but that means you're on a last name basis with her.
Ah. Well, but that's okay too.
I call her Steph.
Like if somebody called you, hey, what's up, Davern? They're friendly.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Not as friendly as if they were like, what's up, breh?
Breh?
Yeah, because I call her Steph. I call Alicia Keys Leash. Oh, me and Alicia Keys. Have I ever told you that story?
No.
Oh. You know, speaking of things that are evergreen, maybe I'll tell it some other day. Speaking of things that are evergreen, Katie.
Yes?
Ooh, Alicia Keys and I, man, we had a moment.
Off mic? You have to tell me that off mic?
Oh, we had a moment. That's all I'm going to say. Speaking of things that are evergreen, Bruce Springsteen.
Freaking love them, man.
Evergreen and amazing. This is Bruce with Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And then I've got breakfast controversy on the other side of this. Thank you for watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast version of The Brett Davern Show. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now, instead of this message and whatever song this is. Sometimes the rules just won't let us play real music on YouTube or the podcast. It's not a big deal. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a second.
Check out The Brett Davern Show on Facebook.com/Brett Davern Show. IW Radio.
You know, there's a lot of hard-working elves out there. A lot of hard-working elves out of work. Ever since the toy shop shut down. That's my Bruce Springsteen.
I love it.
Performing at the North Pole. Hey, I'm Bruce. Listen, a lot of hard-working elves out of work. You know, Mary Elf, she jumped on the back of my Harley. Screen door slammed. Santa, he's not a union man anymore.
Labor laws.
Yeah. Ever since the wooden train union been fighting with the pogo stick union. Lot of hard times on North Mrs. Claus Street.
Lot
of hard times on South Main Hot Cocoa Street. I don't know. He's in the North Pole. I don't know.
I like it. I get it.
All right.
I see what you did there.
I love Bruce. Okay, guys. I'm going to need some answers.
What?
I've got a question for both of you, and I'm going to need some answers.
Okay.
Listen, I don't want to cause rifts like I have with fake or real Christmas trees.
Which you're just simply wrong about.
Or how do you cut your toast? Mm-hmm. You know, okay, Katie and I go help out to shoot a short yesterday, Boy Wonder. We go to a Christmas tree lot. We're shooting it at a Christmas tree lot. Okay. So I take her to the site of all the murdered trees, and we're going to shoot something, and we're standing next to a Doug fir, right? And I'm like, oh, this is a Doug fir. And then she's like, you seriously know that? I'm like, of course I know that. That one's a noble fir. She's like, there's a difference? I was like, what do you don't know that there's a difference at a Christmas tree lot? No, I knew that there's a
difference. I was surprised that you knew the names.
All right, but
all of
here's the question I'm asking you guys right now. Let's get off of that. Here's what I'm asking you guys.
Yeah.
And I want you to think about it. Don't answer right away. French toast or pancakes?
Easy.
Uh-oh. Wait,
Easy.
say it at the same time. Wait, let me... Okay. 1, 2, 3.
French toast.
Wow. I knew it would be different. I knew it.
Wait, can I throw the curveball
though?
The
family is in turmoil once again.
Can I add a player C?
Okay, no.
Come on.
That's not the question.
I have a player C.
All right. What?
I mean, if it's gotta be French toast or pancakes, I'm gonna pick French toast. But I'd rather have a waffle.
Wait, you pick French toast?
Yeah.
You pick pancakes? But you had French toast this morning. Yeah. What gives?
French toast is easier to just pop in a toaster and make in the morning. Like pancakes, you have to like mix and make. Like when you get the pre-made pancakes, they're like gross.
Yeah, the freezer ones.
Great.
Yeah, not good. Yeah.
But frozen waffle, perfectly fine.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna throw waffles in there. I knew it.
You have to.
I knew it the second I said it. I said she's gonna cause trouble bringing waffles into this argument.
Why is that trouble?
Because that's not the question. The question is French toast or pancakes. Waffles are their own thing. Waffles are they're not similar. They're similar in the fact that they're like bread, right? But, the 425 checking in, waffle. Great.
Yeah, waffle. No,
great.
There's just more texture, there's more crunch, there's more delicious.
Of course, but everyone's going to go waffle every time. That's why I didn't include it in the question. The question is...
All right.
Pancakes or French toast. Everyone knows waffles are the best. They got the little crunchy bits. They got the nooks and the crannies and the syrup pools up in there. It's delicious.
It is.
Who doesn't like a waffle or a Belgian waffle?
My dad makes waffles. It's like kind of a family tradition. My dad makes waffles, but he has this mixed berry thing that he makes instead of syrup.
A little compote.
Oh,
that sounds delicious.
It's quite
little
something.
Whipped cream.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the berries and the whipped cream.
You know the people I can't stand? The crepe people. The crepe people. People that swear by crepes.
That's
Crepes?
prosciutto. That's what you're doing right now.
Well, which one is it? Crepes or crepes?
It's a crepe. You're an American, Brett. I'm French, and I say crepe.
Whoa.
It's fine.
Easy. I'm just saying those people are crazy. Like, if I said, like, pancake or French toast, and they went, I prefer a crepe.
A crepe.
I'd be like, nah, get out of here. Get out of town. Nobody prefers that.
No.
That's a dessert. Put some Nutella on it. That's a dessert.
Well,
That's not breakfast.
Everything else, though.
What?
Everything else in this conversation is really a dessert.
French toast has got like a savory element to it a little bit with the egg, you know?
No.
A little.
All of those things have eggs in them.
Eggs in them, but the French toast has it on the outside and it gets kind of crispy sometimes. Like if you go to a place that does it good with like a lot of egg wash on there, it's nice. And then throw it right on the hot flat top. Here's the people I really can't stand though, honestly. Actually, the crepe people are above the pancake people. Pancake people are psychopaths. You're a psychopath, Boy Wonder. You're a psychopath. Pancakes are terrible. Pancakes are only good for one bite. One bite. Yeah. You get the smell. The smell of pancakes is great. You got the maple syrup, the butter. Smells good. Your mouth is ready. You take one bite. Ooh, the first bite was delicious. The second bite, a soggy mess. And then the rest of the plate is just a soggy... It might as well be just oatmeal with maple syrup all over it.
You're obviously waiting too long to eat it then.
Well, you don't just shovel it down.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta... That's why I never get more than 1 or 2 pancakes when I go out.
Oh, you can't. You can't get more than 1 pancake. What are you, crazy? That's crazy.
Unless you're at the griddle.
You know what I don't mind, though?
What?
The silver dollar pancakes sometimes, because then it's just 1 bite. See, because the first bite's the best, so you got the 1 bite.
Right.
Bite size. Silver dollar pancakes.
Right. I hear you.
I wonder what the people think out there. Do you guys like French toast or pancakes? Let's take waffles out of it. Everyone loves waffles. French toast or pancakes. That's what I want to know from everybody. Oh, I love this song. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll come back with Johnathan Fernandez. Listen to the lyrics, everybody. This is Brave Man's Death by J. Roddy Walston and The Business.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or for listening to the podcast version of our show. We love you. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now instead of this message. Sometimes rules don't allow us to play that kind of stuff on YouTube or on the podcast. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a few seconds.
See, pancakes pancakes and French toast, they've had it too good for too long. You know? Like, they were pretty consistent, you know? Mm-hmm. And then now what everyone's doing out there, all these like fancy chefs come along and they're flying way too close to the sun, Katie. You got Bananas Foster French toast and red velvet pancakes and...
What are you talking about?
No, it's just, look. Again, good for one bite. You can't eat a whole plate of Bananas Foster French toast. That's crazy.
I probably could.
A
red velvet pancake, I could eat more than one bite
I'm just saying, like, look, put a little blueberries in your pancakes. I'm fine with that. Put some chocolate chips in there.
Blueberry lemon pancakes?
I'm good.
Ooh.
See, no.
You haven't had mine. Mine are delicious.
I'm sure they are. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying consistency. I like a little consistency. But I'm leaving room for a little bit of blueberries, some chocolate chips, maybe with the French toast. You put a little powdered sugar on there, you know.
That's not weird. You have to do that.
Well, no, that's what I mean. But when you start getting into like the pumpkin pie with the caramel pecan French toast, I'm like, all right, that's. Have
you
enough.
been to the Griddle Cafe? Because you probably should go.
Yes, but if you go to the Griddle, okay, we're making this too long now. But if you go to the Griddle in Los Angeles, which is a legendary breakfast place and it's delicious.
It is.
If you go to the Griddle, though, and you're walking out and you see a bunch of empty tables from people that have just gotten up and walked out, all you see are full plates of pancakes.
Because their pancakes are the size of
But this is my whole point, is that the first few bites are the best part, and then no one likes it after that.
Whatever.
Just order 2 eggs and bacon and be done with it. This song is a song that our guest Johnathan Fernandez brought in. It's called Animal by Mike Snow, and we'll be back with Johnathan right after this. Thank you for watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast version of The Brett Davern Show. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now, instead of this message and whatever song this is. Sometimes the rules just won't let us play real music on YouTube or the podcast. It's not a big deal. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a second.
Did you know you can watch The Brett Davern Show on YouTube? Yeah, you can. Go to youtube.com/Brett Davern Show.
Okay, so now, Johnathan.
Hello.
In studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no, it's my pleasure.
We were getting into the break. You want to join in on this steamy, hot breakfast food talk.
Yes.
Where do you stand on French toast or pancakes?
Pancakes, 100%. Don't have to
what?
think about it.
Johnathan,
really?
what?
Don't have to think about it. Are you kidding?
What?
Wait, so you're French toast?
For sure.
French toast?
French toast.
Well,
Pancakes.
let's be honest. We're all, I think we're all waffles, but that's not an option here.
It's not, yeah, that's not the debate, right?
Yeah. So why pancakes for you?
I think simply because I didn't really grow up with that.
Oh, okay.
I think like I didn't have French toast until probably like my wife.
Uh-huh.
Like a long time of not having it.
Really?
And I remember watching her make it, and I was like, this is a strange
Yeah, it's weird, right?
food contraption.
Dipping the bread into the egg, it's
Yeah.
like strange.
No, I think it makes no sense. Especially because the egg doesn't turn... I would think that it would turn into like, I don't know, scrambled eggs.
Right.
Like on the
right.
outside
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. And so like I
doesn't.
never
but it's
ordered
magic, though. That's why it's amazing, because it works.
That's true.
It is delicious. I'm not saying it's not delicious.
This is a little bit, you know, what he's giving us right now is a little bit of the fake tree versus real tree argument,
Right.
which is what you grew up with. See,
Right.
that's the thing. Like, we were asking everyone what they preferred, fake Christmas tree or real Christmas tree. I'm on the real side. Katie's on the fake side.
Yeah.
Which side are you on, for the
Grew up
record?
with fake.
You grew up with fake, but which do you
Yeah.
prefer, though?
I think now that it's been a few years of real, I prefer real.
You go with the real, yeah. Yeah.
Although the fake tree technology is probably...
It's getting crazy out there. You can get the lights already on there and everything. You don't have to do anything yourself
And they can
anymore.
revolve. They spin.
Do they really?
Some of them spin.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, could you put a fake tree on a revolver?
Sure.
I think you can, right?
Can you
Yeah,
put
but
a
he's
real
saying
tree on a
he's saying you
revolver?
can buy it.
yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to ask.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, sure. Of
You could
course.
just buy the contraption.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, of course.
I've
But
never seen
wouldn't
that.
the lights get all tangled up, though? How would you keep
See,
the
'cause- yeah,
cord?
'cause I guess the fake one has it threaded through the...
Sure,
Through the
they
bottom.
figured it out.
Oh.
My mom sent me, she was walking into some, I don't know, like Michael's or Joann's or like one of those craft stores, you know?
And Moore's, your...
yeah.
Those are the only three, I think.
Yeah. And she sent me a photo of it in the doorway, in the breezeway when you're walking in, there's like these 3 like mannequins that are wearing like Christmas tree dresses.
Oh.
I'll put a picture of it up on the YouTube. I'll find it. My mom sent it. She was like, this takes the debate to a whole new level.
It does.
Mom listening to the show all the time.
Treat.
My mom is also texting in the show this morning, telling me, wait, where'd she go? Hold on. She was joining in the debate. Oh, here. She says, French toast and pancakes are great. Waffles are terrible.
Whoa.
Vicky Davern.
I know. And you think you know the person that raised you, right?
Vicky Davern.
Jeez. Johnathan,
Yeah.
let's get off of that and move on to Lethal Weapon, the series on Fox, returning January 2nd, 8/7 Central.
Everybody, really did your research. I don't
be
think
sure
I
to check it out. That's my job.
I didn't know when it was
Come
coming
on,
back.
that's what I'm doing here. I mean, look, amazing movie. Everyone remembers the movie and the franchise of the movies. But tell us about the show a little bit and tell us about who you play.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because I was a huge fan of the movies, and I had the VHS, and it's currently like the heads are probably disintegrated from the amount of times that we watched it at home.
Well, the rewinding takes a toll.
Takes a toll, and that's why you have to buy the separate device
Right.
to rewind it. I guess they call it a rewinder.
What were we all thinking?
I don't know, but I remember getting into many debates with my father. Not debates, yelled at for not doing it. For just doing it in the VCR, which damages that. So you need a separate device to rewind it. And it was a great movie. Like, that's like the buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
Like there's
For
some
sure.
that happened before that, but that's the one that kind of like set things
I
up.
remember when I finally realized that Riggs is the lethal weapon.
Oh yeah.
But that's the whole point of the title.
Yeah.
I watched it like 10 times, and I was like, oh, that's what it is.
You know what's funny? I'm in the same boat as you, even though at one point Danny Glover does call him that.
Right.
But
What?
It doesn't really click, though.
Yeah, it's
or
in, like,
it
the
didn't
first
for
act.
me.
It's like
I
in
think
the-
I was too young or something.
It's like literally in the beginning of like the first act.
Wait, break it down for me again, because my mind has just been
They're
blown.
walking to their car, and I think it's before. I think they're going to the crime scene where Riggs is jumps off the building with the guy, and they're handcuffed.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
I think they're going there. I think. But anyway, they're walking through his parking garage, and he's like, "Man, you're a lethal weapon." He
Yeah.
like, straight up says
He
it.
says that. He says
Yeah.
the title of the movie. Yeah.
But I'm the same thing. Like, I didn't realize that until like years and years later, even though I watched
What?
it 10,000 times. Yeah. It has too many levels.
My mind has been
my
blown.
goodness.
But so eventually, I said this a million times now, but like I'm a huge nerd and I consume a lot of media. And if I was not a part of the show and I found out about the show, I would have been like, this is going to be terrible. Nobody watch it. Like, without knowing anything about it, just because there's so many reboots and so many like movies to TV shows and all that stuff. And then when I read it, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty legit. And then when I watched the pilot, I remember like we were going to like a private like cast viewing. Viewing sounds like someone died. And they and the one EP was like, yeah, have you seen it? I was like, no, I haven't seen it yet. And she was like, yeah. I was like, tearing up at the end. I was like, shut up. Like, that's impossible. And when I watched it, I was like, oh, this is for real.
Yeah.
So like to be part of something that's like also good. Because
Right.
there's stuff there's a million things that you've done. You're like, this is the worst thing I've ever
Yeah.
done. And then a year later, you do something else. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever done. So to be part of something that's actually good is really cool. And the stunts and sometimes there's 3 crews going on, and I didn't have the pressure of playing a character that's previously existed.
Sure.
So it was cool to just kind of walk in with a clean slate and get to know everybody and just do cool stuff. And
Isn't it nice to go do some press and stuff or something and not have to lie about it? It's so nice.
Yeah, no, because almost always, like not almost always, but there's plenty of times where you're just
Yeah,
like,
of course.
you're already thinking about the excuses, and
Yeah.
you're always thinking like, it might not be for you, or things like that that
Yeah.
sound positive.
Yeah. It's nice to not have to do that.
Yeah.
I remember when, I think when it must have been just first starting up, a buddy of mine and I went downtown, like hang out one night or something like that. And they had a bunch of streets blocked off, and there's all these like SWAT dudes walking around. We're like, oh, what's going on? But then we see all the big lights and stuff. I was like, oh, they're shooting something. Hey, what are you guys shooting? Lethal Weapon. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's some big, like, I don't know, siege on a building or something or another. I don't know.
The
but
stuff that happens on
just
that
the
show.
production value and size looked huge, and I mean,
Yeah.
it comes off on screen. It
And
looks
the
great.
thing is, they make like they cut no corners. It's like things blow up.
Yeah.
Things actually blow up, and there's actually people jumping off buildings and stuff. Like nothing. Like the CGI is just like. I remember talking to I've interviewed one of the visual effects guys, this dude Chris, and he was saying like one of the things that they do most for visual effects that aren't practical effects is like erasing buildings and like telephone poles.
Interesting.
Yeah,
just taking them out of the shot. They don't think it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not like adding explosions or anything like that.
I mean, sometimes they do like amplify them.
Okay.
But he was like, the thing that we do the most is that, like, or a background performer, like when they look into the camera, like they're just deleted.
They just take them out.
Yeah, it's like all this stuff. I was like, I didn't know about.
I met a guy one time that did like visual effects for The Office. You know, like Steve Carell. And I was like, what? What could you possibly be doing for that? And they were like, we take out palm trees because they're supposed to be in Pennsylvania.
Right.
And I was like,
how funny.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's like the grunt work of like the visual effects.
The stuff that nobody ever really thinks about when they're watching it. Let's take a break and then come back and wrap things up with you. This is another song that you brought in. Wait, is that, you changed it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, that's it. This is High and Low by Empire of the Sun. Turn it up, everybody.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or for listening to the podcast version of our show. We love you. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now instead of this message. Sometimes rules don't allow us to play that kind of stuff on YouTube or on the podcast. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a few seconds.
You're listening to The Brett Davern Show with that other guy from that one show on MTV. Yeah, you know, Brett Davern on Adobe Radio.
That show. So speaking of stunts and stuff, like what's the biggest, craziest one that you've been a part of there so far, or that you've watched, or has there been a day where you were like, man, I'm not scheduled today, but I gotta go see this.
Yeah,
happen.
there's been a few of those days.
Yeah.
My favorite stunt that I've ever done is an easy answer because it's there's only been one, and I was really hyped for it. There's now a running gag between me and the stunt coordinator where he knows how badly I want to be a part of the stunt system.
Right.
And so every time I see him, it's like, hey, we're getting your harness ready. And I was like, shut up, Tim. That's not happening. But I got to do this cool, like, I forget the what it's called, but I was in a car, and we were going, like, 65 miles an hour down like Yucca Avenue, and everything was shut down, and this big 180 spin thing, and
nice.
That was really cool.
Were you driving?
I wasn't driving.
Oh,
yeah, I was the guy that was like, I don't want to be here.
Right.
Like
Sure.
But there was like, I wish there was one. There's this one guy that jumps off this cliff into like, it was like a 40-foot fall, and he's like landed straight on his face.
Whoa.
And that one, it's like when you see it, you're just like, all they did was just CGI. A river that he fell into, but the jump and like just what's cool is they just do like these big wide shots, and they show like someone is actually doing this.
Yeah,
they don't really get that cutty into it.
Wow.
But there's plenty, and there's like we were at the convention center, and there's like this big shootout there, and like it's crazy where you have like the whole crew is just. Like, those are the only people that are in the convention center. It's just, like, this one area with a bunch of background performers and stuff. And just, like, all these, firing blanks and people falling down from all these things.
Crazy.
It's really, really wild.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's fun, though.
Super fun. And I hope that, as the show grows, I'm sure I'm going to be involved more with the stunt situations. But, that's the craziest part.
Yeah.
It's like we knock out these scenes. Like, it's like there's when it's straight up dialogue, you just like boom, 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 scene.
Yeah.
But then stuff like that, it's like, no, all day we're spending.
Takes a while, yeah.
And on a movie, like we're doing stunts that in a movie would take like 2 weeks.
Right.
And now here they just knock it out in like 2 days.
Oh, man.
That's crazy.
It's awesome. Apologies out there to listener Tony. We were going to play the IMDb game with him, but much like what happened to me throughout high school, I forgot to put my binder in my backpack this morning. And during the break, I went looking for it and my notes for Guess Who's Higher, and I don't have them. And I tried to recreate them from memory, and I couldn't. So, Tony, our apologies. We will play with you on a different episode. And that also means that Johnathan now has to come back.
I will.
To play that with us
Absolutely.
later. I'll keep it. I'll keep the same game and everything. I'll keep all the same notes. We'll keep it the same. But anyway, my apologies, everyone. Johnathan, last thing to do with you, though, that we do with all of our guests. Once again, everyone, Lethal Weapon returning January 2nd on Fox, 8 p.m., 7 p.m.
Right
Central. Don't miss it. Last thing to do with you. 2 note cards, one in each hand. They each contain a different line of questioning. However, you determine which line of questioning I ask you because I'm going to put them behind my back and you tell me right or left.
Let's go left because it's the hand of the devil.
Really?
That's what I mean. I'm a lefty, but yeah, that's the.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, that's one of the things that you weren't supposed to be a lefty because you're the Antichrist.
Between you being a lefty and Katie having no soul, being a right? Isn't that
Gingers have
something
no soul.
they say?
Oh yeah, gingers have no soul.
I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna get some angry tweets now. Let's get off of that. Question number 1, Johnathan. This one's called 10 questions.
Okay.
The purple card. Number 1. What is your most used emoji? Let's really get to know Johnathan Fernandez.
That's an excellent question. The AOK sign.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I use it all the time.
Okay.
Mostly because I'm a huge fan of the show Adventure Time.
Yeah.
And there's an episode where they just keep on doing like the AOK sign and then clicking. So there was like so everything that's good. They were just like, man, that thing is really.
So you send it to people and you just kind of make the noise in your head as you send it.
Well, I do 2.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but they don't know.
So hopefully they do it.
Yeah, hopefully they do it.
That's funny. Number 2. What is your go-to coffee shop order?
Straight black.
Nice.
I'm not really a big coffee person.
Good.
But when I do have it, straight up black.
I like it. No fuss.
No fuss.
No fuss, no muss. Number 3. What is your most watched movie of all time? Other than Lethal Weapon.
Other than Lethal Weapon, it is probably a toss-up between Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh.
Those are the ones I just have. I know the entire.
Guy Ritchie.
Yeah. I know the entire movies by heart, both of them. Whichever one I'm watching, I'm like, this is my favorite one, I think. Wow. Of my favorite movie of all time.
Cool. Cool.
And then I'm like, but what about? And then I watched that one. I was like, this might be.
Number 4, celebrity crush.
It has and always been a battle between Winona Ryder and Elizabeth Hurley. Yeah.
Wow.
Can't go wrong.
I mean, straight up,
Right?
talented foxes.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say. Actually, that's you've taken the words.
Yeah, which I'm surprised I haven't watched The Royals yet.
I haven't seen it either.
She's on, or Elizabeth is on it. Let me, talk. Lizzie's on it.
Liz Hurley.
Yeah, Liz Hurley, and but I haven't watched it. I heard it's good.
Number 5. Did you ever have an AOL Instant Messenger?
Yes, I did.
And if so, what was your screen name?
Oh my God, it was Otto Octavius. Otto spelled 3 T's and not 2 because that one was taken, and because Otto Octavius is the real name of Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a huge nerd.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
And a friend of mine used to always call me Otto Octavus, and I never corrected him. I don't know why.
Where are we? Number 6. So, finish this sentence. Mm-hmm. Something I need to improve upon is...
Something I need to improve upon is maybe time management. I'm pretty good at it, but I think that's something that you could always improve.
Yeah.
It's so hard, especially here. Like, I'm not from the West Coast, not from southern West Coast. Nobody calls it, right? The Southwest? I don't know. Wherever we are.
The Southwest is
Southern
somewhere
California.
Else. Yeah. SoCal.
Why isn't the Southwest California either? Like, that's just like Arizona.
Yeah, it's
Arizona.
California's the Southwest.
No, it's not.
It's
well, it is
not.
the South. I mean, look, okay, hold on.
If you're looking at a map, then fine.
Now we're going to get into a whole is Florida the South debate. Listen.
No, Florida's its own country.
California is definitely the South, in the Southwest.
Yes.
Okay?
But it is
not the Southwest.
Right.
The same as Florida is in the South, but is not the South.
Right.
Unless you're in Jacksonville. Oh, boy.
But because of that, it's so nice all the time here. It's hard to gauge
I agree.
when time is passing. And
Procrastination's central around here.
Oh, like we were just talking about, going to high school here is crazy because, like, how could you possibly, or even college, like, why would you ever do work? It makes no sense.
I don't know. Like, these people, they go to Pepperdine, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? I would just lay out on that lawn the whole time.
Totally.
Yeah. Number 7. What is your spirit animal?
Spirit animal is the cheetah. Cheetah is my favorite animal. Actually, it goes between cheetah and fox, to tell you the truth. But if I had to choose, it would be cheetah.
Okay.
Yeah. A live creature.
A pancake-eating cheetah.
Yeah.
Number 8. Do you prefer wearing boxers, boxer briefs, tighty-whities, or going commando?
Tighty-whities that are not white.
Oh, okay.
I wear tighty-whities, but they're never white.
Without looking, you know what color you're wearing today?
Light gray. Which might as well be white, I just realized. They're gray with
Hopefully they didn't start out white.
They're right. Yeah. No, they're gray, but they have like a white and a big red band trim thing. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
You got the red is.
You're very color coordinated.
I do wear. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, we dress up a lot. There's the best compliment I've ever received from one of my wife's coworkers was she was like, "Oh, you're like a colorful vampire," and I was like, "Whoa," because I always wear like suit stuff, suit separates and whatever. And I was like, that's the best. It's downhill from now. Nobody's ever going to say something better.
I started doing this morning show. Now it's nothing but hoodies.
Oh, yeah.
Hoodies and beanies.
No, you guys got to get up at a crazy hour.
Man. I know. I was all excited to do radio, and then Katie was like, hey, let's put this thing on YouTube every day. I was like, what? I thought it was radio. Number 9. Mm-hmm. We've been talking about Lethal Weapon comes back January 2nd, obviously. Yeah. But other than that, and this doesn't have to be just professionally, but the question is, what's next?
Man, so much stuff. I'm working on a webcomic with my sister-in-law, and it's moving along. And it's kind of like the Far Side. It's like a pop culture Far Side.
Oh yeah.
Where I'm the main character, and I'm like making fun of stuff.
Yeah.
In pop culture. And
is that out yet? Can we see it?
It's not out yet.
Okay.
Yeah, like we have like some in the bank, and we're just like waiting to have maybe like 40 or 50 done.
See, but the both of you are going to have to come back on the Brett Davern show and talk about it when it's... Oh, she can call in.
She could call in.
And then we can play the Guess Who's Hired game.
Oh, that would be awesome,
it's all working out perfectly.
And then there's a short film I'm writing that I hope to shoot in April about the... my wife and I have been together for 14 years, and one of those years we were not together, and the story is like 2 scenes when we like first saw each other again after like not seeing each other after like 6 months.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it was a lot of heartache. And then other stuff. I don't know. Other stuff is percolating.
Yeah, keeping the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Number 10, most important question of them all. Now, I ask everybody this question. I ask not just people on my silly radio show, but even in life, because I believe that your answer to this question tells me everything that I need to know about you as a person.
We already did the emoji question, so I'm wondering what this could possibly be.
Okay. Johnathan Fernandez.
Yes.
Colorful vampire.
Lethal Weapon returning January 2nd on Fox, 8/7 Central. But I need to know, what is your favorite fruit?
Ooh. Would that go by regularity of eating? Or which one that if I was going to die right now, which one would I want to have this second?
I can repeat the question. What is your favorite fruit?
Dang.
See, it's harder than people think.
It is that's a super hard question. I like so many. I guess I eat apples all the time. But recently I've been thinking about this fruit. There's a fruit called the pluot that is a mixture of a plum and an apricot, and it's outstanding.
Huh.
It's so good. And there's different ones. One's called a flavor grenade, which is crazy. There's another one called Flavor King.
Blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, dude. And so like in the farmers market, we always get these pluots. Like now they're actually just about to be out of season. And I've been thinking about this fruit a lot. Like, I can't wait to have the next one because it's so good.
So
I guess I'm going to... Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm having a nervous breakdown.
I'm so conflicted.
Fuji apple. I'm going to go with Fuji apple.
That's a wrap, everybody, on another edition of the Brett Davern Show. Thank you out there for listening live on Adobe Radio. I feel like we should all hold hands and take a breath after that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
His brain was like, I could see all the gears working. That was stressful.
There was oh man, because I eat so many bananas. I eat grapefruits all the time too, but...
You can subscribe to the podcast version of our show on iTunes or YouTube or wherever you like to get your podcasts. And if you like what you heard, just tell a friend, everybody.
Tell them.
Update on the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital fundraiser that we've been doing for the holiday season. We are doing great, everybody. Lots of donations yesterday. Thank you so much for engaging out there, but that doesn't mean that we're done yet. Please go to gofundme.com/Brett Davern Show and just give whatever you can, everybody. You can give $1. You can give the $3 that you spent on your latte this morning. Come on, everybody. St. Jude is an amazing, amazing organization. They provide treatment and research for children's cancers at no cost to the families affected. And just for donating, Katie and I were giving away a grand prize, which is when you donate, you're put into a raffle to win one of these posters on the back wall of our studio that have been signed by all of our guests. One winner per poster. Also, there's other prizes on there. Katie and I will call you on the phone, Skype with you. There's one of them where you can change the name of the show for a day. All kinds of fun stuff. So please go to gofundme.com/Brett Davern Show and donate. And don't forget, Adobe Radio will be matching donations up to $1,000. All right. Say adios, Producer Katie.
Adios.
Producer Katie is on Twitter and Instagram at Katie Lurk. There's 2 C's in there. I'm on Twitter at BDav. There's 2 V's in there. And you can follow the show on any social medias at Brett Davern Show, or go to idobi.com for archived episodes, photos, and much, much more. Today's guest, Johnathan Fernandez, can be found on Twitter at JThanPrime. JThanPrime. Same for Instagram?
Same for Instagram.
There you go. Keeping it consistent. Yeah. I love it. Once again, for Boy Wonder, Katie LeClaire, Johnathan Fernandez, and Tony out there. Oh, and my poor mother who doesn't like waffles for some reason.
Yeah, straight hater.
I'm Brett, and I'm reminding all of you to be kind and take care of each other. We'll see you tomorrow. That was our show. Katie wrote down the goodnight today, but I have no idea what this means.
Mel Gibson's character. I don't know his name.
Oh, good night.
I want to know what it is.
Good night.
I want to know what it is. Let me see.
Murtaugh and Riggs.
I don't want to.
That's it for the Brett Davern Show today. But don't worry, they'll be back tomorrow on Adobe Radio Live, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific.